4 minutes and 35 seconds ago, according to Jeff's in-game clock, he'd been squaring off against Shelarag, the father of dragons. The massive silver dragon hadn't just been a worthy foe. It had been an impossible one. The thing shouldn't have existed. Something wasn't right, and hadn't been for some time. First, Hard Rock Data had been reduced to one lone game master, Jeff Driscoll. He wasn't even Infinite World's best GM. Probably not even top 10 if he was honest. Sure, he'd always met that magical 15-minute response time for player complaints, and nearly always found a solution to their problems. He'd even done his best to be kind and never break character. But there was no reason for him to have been chosen. He recalled CEO Dan Shaklee's words on the very first day Jeff had met the man. He'd told Jeff, "All we do know for sure is that only you can fix it." Like he was Obi-Wan Kenobi and this was some life-threatening, world-endangering event. And that's just it. He wasn't, and it wasn't. This was a game. He knew it. They all knew it. But more than that, it was a game generating a buttload of money. Players had been unhappy, leaving, canceling their subscriptions. And with Jeff as the only GM, Dan Shaklee was desperate. Except, Mr. Shaklee and the tech heads had no clue why it had been Jeff. All they'd known was he was it. No one else could help. Jeff was utterly alone. That was then. Now, 5 minutes later, Jeff stared at the character screen open in front of him. The design was familiar. He'd seen enough screenshots of them, even opened a couple himself. It was what a level 1 noob character screen would look like. Not his GM sheet, that's for sure. That had been simpler. Far simpler. None of the graphical details this one had. No flourishes. It wasn't designed to look like a tattered and worn parchment, ends rolled up showing rips and stains. It didn't have fancy lettering or multiple tabs like abilities, reputation, and inventory. Back then, it just had a picture of a hooded figure in green, barely detailed and decorated robes with only 3 tabs along the bottom. Tickets, messages, log out. As a GM, that was all he needed. Jeff wasn't sure what he was looking at now, but it sure as hell wasn't that. Driscoll, level 1 manipulator. He wasn't wearing the fresh meat underwear and practice sword combo new players got upon logging in for the first time. He wasn't wearing his old boring GM robes. Now, green with gold